Well, I recommend Jesus
I recommend Jesus
for all you need.
all your needs.
If you have sinned,
He says, oh, this is going to be easy. He's the one. He's got all the looks of a king. Yeah. He's tall. He's handsome. He just looked like the king. He said, this will be easy. He got it all ready. And God said, hold up. God said, you look at his countenance. In other words, God said, you're looking at his physical characteristics. Yes, sir. He says, and I don't measure a man by his physical characteristics. He says, man look at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. God said he's not the one. So Samuel held the horn over his head and the oil wouldn't flow. Brought his other 6 sons on there and the oil wouldn't flow. And then Samuel said, don't you have another boy? He said, yeah, I got another boy. He said, David. He said, but he ain't all fit to be a king. He's the one that, my boy that takes care of the sheep. He said, well, where is he? He said, he's out in the field. He said, well, go get him. He said, because I'm not going to sit down until the king stand up. So he goes down to the field and sends for David. And David comes in, and the Bible describes him as being a ruddy fellow. David comes in and he walks under the horn, and the oil flows. And that day God anointed him king of Israel. So, well, that some time passed, and there was a conflict between the Israelites and the Philistines. And the armies had assembled to do battle. So it was that Philistines was on one side of the valley on a hill, and the Israelites were on another side of the valley on a hill. And they were making ready to do battle. They were checking their swords, and they were putting on their armor and putting their helmets on and checking their helmets and checking their breastplates. Then the Philistines came up with a plan. They said, in order for us to spare so many, not to have as many casualties, we're going to make a challenge. We're going to send our best warrior, our best soldier down to make a challenge to the Israelites. These 2 men will do battle. And whichever one prevails, then the other will become servants to their king. All right. So they sent one down by the name of Goliath. And he went down in the middle of the valley while the Israelite men were hanging out on the hill. You know how a bunch of men just hang out sometimes. They were polishing their brass and their armor and sharpening their swords. And all of a sudden there come a crowd from the Philistine giant. Hey! Up there. Send me a man down here. And let's fight. Send me a man. And the challenge is if he defeats me, then we'll serve the king. But if I defeat him, you all come down and you serve our king. When they heard this challenge, the Bible says that they began to mumble among themselves. And you know how it is when folks get. I've seen it happen here sometimes. I ask God for some men to do something. It's just like me making that same crowd. Send me a man. And next thing you know, here's somebody got to go to the bathroom. Sneak out, got to go to the bathroom. And I'm mad at that. When he made this challenge, send me a man. I'm mad at that they could begin to think of reasons why they couldn't take the challenge. None of them was willing to commit to the warfare. None of them was willing to take on this challenge. And none of them was willing to trust God. None of them believed that they could defeat this soldier. So while this is going on, David is back at the house with his dad. And his dad said, David said, he a couple of your brothers down there, on the hill down there, they're about to go to war, and they haven't decided when they're gonna start this thing. So I want you to take them something to eat now. So David grabs the bag and goes down to where they at, where they are. And David gets there, and he hear all this mumbling, and David said, "See my brother?" He said, "Yeah, there you go." And David goes and mumbling. And David said, "What's going on?" By the time David says that, the giant says again, "Hey! Y'all hear me? Send me a man!" David said, "What's he talking about?" He said, "Well, he's telling somebody to come down and fight him. And whoever wins, we won't even, rest of the soldiers won't even have to go to war. He'll just take on the challenge." And David said, "Well, I'll go." And then his brother gets